Good morning. Thank you for joining me in this morning mindfulness practice. I love starting the day with intention, setting an intention that today is going to be wonderful, that it's going to be calm and easy, that I'm going to be calm and in control of my thinking and not let the outside world control me. And yesterday, I did not start with gratitude and controlling my thoughts. And yesterday was a more challenging day. I felt sadder. I felt not in control. Now, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with being sad. It's important to acknowledge your feelings. The difference and the difficulty is in wallowing in negativity, in looking at the world as being dark, as bringing up past problems and challenges and failures and staying connected to that. I know that in order to feel happy and fulfilled, a person can't be focused on lack, limitation, and negativity. Your thoughts are very powerful and they can only go in one direction at a time. So the longer a person stays feeling sorry for themselves, looking at all the reasons that the world is evil or depressing, the longer you stay down. And there is a thinking stuff from which all things are made. And in The Science of Getting Rich by Wallace Wattles, which I studied with Bob Proctor, I'm going to read the summary of The Science of Getting Rich. And he says, there is a thinking stuff from which all things are made, and which in its original state permeates, penetrates, and fills the interspaces of the universe. A thought in this substance produces the thing that is imaged by the thought. You can form things in your thought, and by impressing your thought upon formless substance, can cause the thing you think about to be created. Now, this book was written a long time ago, and science is finally catching up. Quantum physics, quantum mechanics is proving that you can form things in your thought. And by impressing your thought upon the invisible, formless substance, you can cause the thing you think about to be created. Isn't that good to know? Isn't that interesting that you can decide to create something, and through thinking about it, getting emotionally involved, and taking action, what you really want is what you can create. This picture, if you're seeing my slides, is just a portion of the great painting Starry Night by Vincent van Gogh. And Bob Proctor used to say that Van Gogh was quoted as saying, I dream my painting and then I paint my dream. He said that means you can never own an original painting because the original is in the artist's mind. Think of all the wonderful creations, the sculptures and paintings that Michelangelo and Van Gogh and the beautiful works of sculptors and writers. They started out as an idea, a thought, and as the person thought longer and deeply and emotionally, The thoughts came together, the ideas took form, and through their actions, they created wonderful masterpieces. The cell phone was a fantasy in Steve Jobs' mind. Ford and Mercedes and Ferrari created wonderful vehicles to transport people, and they decided, they had an idea, and they decided they were going to make it happen. They thought about it, they drew pictures, they made sketches, they hired people to put pieces together to create the vehicles that they dreamed of, they imagined. Wallace Waddle says, in order to form things in your thought and create it out of the formless substance, you must pass from the competitive to the creative mind. It takes getting calm and quiet and feeling well-being, feeling as if what you really want is available, that it is up to you to bring it into reality. In order to get into the creative mind, you can't be feeling stressed, anxious, depressed, or competitive. You can't be looking at, if I do this, then it's going to take away from other people. I'm going to beat that guy. In order to form things in your thought, and by impressing your thought upon formless substance, you can cause the thing you think about to be created. In order to do this, you must pass from the competitive to the creative mind. Otherwise, you cannot be in harmony with the formless intelligence, which is always creative and never competitive in spirit. You can come into full harmony with the formless substance by entertaining a lively and sincere sense of gratitude for the blessings it bestows upon you. Gratitude unifies your mind with the thinking mind so that your thoughts are received by the formless substance. You can remain on the creative plane only by uniting yourself with the formless intelligence through a deep and continuous feeling of gratitude. You must form a clear and definite mental image of the things you wish to have, do, or become. And you must hold this mental image in your thoughts while being deeply grateful to the supreme power for granting you all of your desires. If you wish to get rich, you must spend your leisure hours in contemplating your vision and in earnest thanksgiving that this reality is being given to you. Too much stress cannot be laid on the importance of frequent contemplation of the mental image, coupled with the unwavering faith and devout gratitude. This is a process by which the impression is given to the formless substance and the creative forces are set in motion. The creative energy works through the established channels of natural growth and through present industrial and social order. All that is included in your mental image will surely be brought to you when you follow these instructions and when your faith does not waver. What you want will come to you through the ways of established trade and commerce. You must be active in order to receive your own when it is ready to come to you. You must more than fill your present place. You must keep in mind the purpose is to get rich through the realization of your mental image. Now, if you think about the summary of The Science of Getting Rich or the book Think and Grow Rich, they're not talking about financial wealth, although that's part of it. You can be financially wealthy, but not to the exclusion of sacrificing your time with your family. To be truly rich is to be rich in every area of your life. That means to feel that you are richly blessed in your relationships, in love, in fulfillment, in doing purposeful work, feeling that you make a difference, that you're enjoying every aspect. If you're just wealthy, you might feel lack and limitation and poverty in your relationships, and that doesn't bode well for living a wonderful life. What is the mental image that you hold in your mind? Most people want love and time to enjoy their life and money freedom so that you don't have to worry about debt, so that you can supply your loved ones not only with what they need, but what they want, to be actively involved in life. Waddle says you must be active in order to receive your own when it is ready to come to you. You must more than fill your present place. You must keep in mind the purpose is to get rich through the realization of your mental image, and you must do every day all that can be done that day, taking care to do each act in a successful manner. You must give to every person a use value in excess of the cash value you receive, so that each transaction makes for more life. And you must hold the advancing thought so that the impression of increase will be communicated to all with whom you come in contact. The men and women who practice these instructions will certainly get rich, and the riches they receive will be in exact proportion to the definiteness of their vision, the fixity of their purpose, the steadiness of their faith, and the depth of their gratitude. In The Science of Getting Rich, Wallace Waddle says you must hold your vision while you are doing each act, however trivial or commonplace. I do not mean to say that it is necessary at all times to see the vision distinctly to its smallest details. During your leisure hours, you should focus your imagination on the details of your vision in order to fix it firmly in your memory. He says, if you wish speedy results, spend practically all your leisure time in this practice. By continuous contemplation, you will get the picture of what you want firmly fixed upon your mind and completely transferred to the mind of the formless substance. Then, in your working hours, you need only to mentally refer to the picture to stimulate your faith and purpose and to put forth your best effort. Contemplate your picture in your leisure hours until your consciousness is so full of it that you can grasp it instantly. You will become so enthusiastic about its bright promises that the mere thought of it will call forth the strongest energies of your whole being. He gives us a syllabus. He said, there is a thinking stuff from which all things are made, and which in its original state permeates, penetrates, and fills the interspaces of the universe. A thought in this substance produces the thing that is imaged by the thought. You can form things in your thought, and by impressing your thought upon formless substance, can cause the thing you think about to be created. In order to do this, you must pass from the competitive to the creative mind. You must form a clear mental picture of the things you want. And you must do with faith and purpose all that can be done each day, doing each separate thing in an effective manner. It doesn't matter what you want. It doesn't matter what business you go into. What matters is that it's your desire, that you want it. If you go after a dream that someone else wants for you, you might end up feeling resentful or remorseful. You might never feel fulfilled. If you force yourself to stay in a job that you don't like and you're there because of the money, you wear yourself out by just working. Bob Proctor said, just working is no fun. You should be working towards a goal, towards what you dream of, towards what you really want. If you're wanting something and you're afraid of it, it might be because you don't think it's possible. You don't think you're good enough. Everything transforms through your thinking. When we think thoughts of lack and doubt, worry and fear, we hold ourselves in a holding pattern. We don't allow ourselves to imagine a better life and work towards it. There's all kinds of stories of people who have come from abject poverty, from homelessness, and created multi-billion-dollar empires, not because they're greedy, but because they wanted something so badly, they worked for it. They took action on their dreams and they made them reality. Everything starts in your mind. It starts with thinking. And if you think that it's not possible, no matter how hard you work, you won't accomplish what you really want if you don't believe it's possible. So the first step is to decide something that you really, really, really want. And then instead of talking yourself out of it, get into a relaxed state of being. Allow yourself to calm yourself. You don't have to sit for hours in the mudra position in meditation, but you can allow yourself to daydream, to spend your leisure time, or 5 minutes every morning and 5 minutes every evening before you fall asleep, just imagining something that you really want. First, you think it in your conscious mind, and then you plant it in your heart. You plant it like a seed. At first, it's in the dark. No one else can see it but you. But you nurture it, you water it, you nourish it, you think about it, you dream about it, you add emotion to it. When you get quiet and dream about this beautiful thing or life or desire that you have, if you always wanted to be a nurse, a doctor, a teacher, if that was a deep desire, you went to school, you studied, you got a degree just in order to become that version of you. If you want to have a beautiful home, you have to decide what it looks like. Everyone has a different idea of what beautiful is, what comfortable is. What do you desire? The first step is to get still and to spend a few minutes daydreaming, imagining, pretending what it would be like, getting a clear picture of what it is that you really want, not what society says is the current best thing, but what does peace and calm and love and fulfillment, a purposeful life, mean to you? And spend time visualizing it. Sandy Gallagher says visioneering is where you truly begin to create your world through the effective use of your imagination. You create and then hold the image of what you want. Ralph Waldo Emerson said, when you make a decision, the universe conspires to make it happen. You don't have to worry about how it's going to come about. You don't have to plan every step. You first have to choose what you want, decide what it is, have a deep desire for it, get emotionally involved, get clear on the picture, and then spend time with it in your imagination. As you go to sleep, imagine that you are going to sleep in the house that you desire, having driven the vehicle of your dreams. Maybe you're going to sleep in the vacation that you always wanted. Instead of saying, someday I'm going to do that, spend your leisure time imagining what it's going to be like. Getting that feeling, that excitement, that purpose in every cell of your being. When you think about your vision, you get chills, that you just have a deep knowing that it's yours. Getting so clear on the picture that that becomes more real than the current reality that you're living, because you just know that it's coming, it's meant for you. Feel as if it's here now and write about it, journal about it. Write it down as a goal, as a destination, as that's the target that you're shooting for. Can write it down in the present tense as if it's already happened. I am so happy and grateful now that. Write down what it is you really desire. Spend some time describing it. What does it look like? Is there a smell, a color, a taste, a touch associated with it? Write it down so that if someone else read it, it would be a description of what you truly desire. The most important thing is to feel what it's like, to own it, to be it, to do it, to have it as part of your life now, to embody what it would be like. The more time you spend thinking about it and writing about it and feeling as if you're already there, ideas will come to you. And the longer you spend thinking about it and tuning in to that feeling, being grateful for it already being in your life. If it's already in your imagination, it's planted in your heart, you have a deep desire for it, and you write it down and think about it, ideas will come to you. Take action on those ideas. Your dream isn't going to come to you just by hoping and wishing. You have to act as if it's already here in your mind, and then do something different in your behavior that will cause it to move towards you, because as you move toward your goal gets closer to you. It gets closer to being physical reality. Take a deep breath in and let that go. Relax into the knowing that what you desire is meant for you. What you desire is yours. It's the coming attraction of your life. You wouldn't have the desire unless it was meant for you. It's possible. Make it probable, make it likely, and then go out and make it happen. First, you get an idea, then you get emotionally involved with it, then you take action, and it becomes real. That's how everything happens. It starts in the mind, it starts as a fantasy, it starts as an idea, and then as you take action, as you have faith, as you get into the well-being feeling that it's meant for you, tap into that powerful universal energy, ask for guidance for the day, and go out and become the person that has that goal that you desire. Create a wonderful day. Thank you for joining me in this morning mindfulness practice. Take action. Do something today that will get you one step closer to that beautiful goal you hold in your mind and in your heart. And I'll see you back here tomorrow morning at 7. Thank you.